Hey, what's up? I'm going to be covering this one. This is KroganTiger and Milkman versus Attacker324 and DaHolyPriest. Europeans are up on top of Reagan Sea Base, and the Americans, of course, down here below. And it's a 2v2, which is really awesome to see. That it's one thing to see like 1v1s, but we actually have enough players that we're getting 2v2s, and we're seeing those actually happening. And I'm really excited to see this one. It's Reagan Sea Base. There's not a ton of strategy that really can be involved, but Reagan Sea Base is one of those maps where you really learn. You should really learn and focus on like micro play, like where are your units positioned, where are they, when are you moving them? Are you moving them on time? Are you moving them a little late? Um, are you getting a gunship to move to attack a tank? While the tank doesn't have a transport next to it, and you're gonna be able to chip at it, that kind of thing. Where are you positioning an engineer? Where are you positioning your artillery? What are you kind of doing?
Eyes on Panther tanks.
Securing the uplink, sir.
So here, the transporter rifleman
Ready to deploy.
and Milkman's got to transport an engineer.
Check northeast quadrant.
Hopefully, you're in voice chat when you're figuring out what you're gonna do here. One thing I would probably say is that whoever has the engineer should be going to alpha side, even if your plan is to rush the rifleman to Foxtrot. Just rush that.
Check Alpha.
Rush that.
Transport.
That artillery. You guys deployed artillery from up the hill. That's an interesting choice. You guys are focused on those uplinks. We'll see how that plays out. But yeah, I don't particularly like deploying a transport of infantry, like transporting the engineers up to Alpha or Delta. They can really walk up there and get there before the opponent can get close, and like based on the timing of how things kind of work out, like you're fine to just walk an engineer. They'd get there on time. Also, your riflemen, your engineers haven't secured Delta yet. What's going on?
Engage hostiles. Copy. Cottonmouth here. We are engaging the hostiles.
If I'm unit 3, right? If I'm MIDI right now with unit 3 or whoever's screen this is, just fly around to over there by the water and then go after the tank or the artillery. Just like fly over the water. The combat drones literally can't do anything to stop you because you can be flying over the water and attacking from that side of them.
This is Killshot. We're at full strength. This is Cottonmouth.
Unit 1 didn't upgrade the uplink, so I'm assuming you guys don't have E-Warfare or any of the mission supports, or you're just saving it for let the engineer do it. You're probably only getting one of his vehicles here of his tank. You might even get a half of the next vehicle. Yeah, you should get a half of the next vehicle. There it is. You might get the next vehicle, actually, because he's going perpendicular.
Allied force has secured it. Transport.
Got it. Yeah, you got it. Nice.
Eyes on Cheetah gunships.
You both deployed tanks. They're both recruit tanks. I don't hate it. It's actually pretty fine. Wow, you actually were able to get his tank because his transports were so slow to rotate. Now you got to get nice. Get unit 3 out of there. You used hotkeys for it. I got to get used to hotkeys. I don't even use hotkeys for like whatever it might be. You got your riflemen into the transport, which I don't know why. Now you're gonna have them stop and get out, and your transport's already taking artillery fire. So when you did that, you're gonna lose a transport vehicle.
Hostiles are deploying. Eyes on DC-220 gas line.
Hostiles are taking hits. This is Yellow Cap.
Yeah, you just lost the vehicle there.
Yes, sir. Falling back. Don't comply. Affirmative, sir.
North quadrant. Eyes on Archer combat drones.
I would have rather seen Milkman instead of deploying a tank there, Unit 10. I would have rather see him just deploy 2 artillery and just he's be the one who controls both artillery, and you just keep them right on top of each other, like maybe just spread out a little bit so they can't both be hit by like the same artillery shells or whatever, but
Transports prepped to deploy.
split those up and just have someone with 2 artillery, and if 2 artillery are in range to hit something, they're just gonna pound the fuck out of it.
Allied forces deploying. Units entering the battle space.
That's like the one thing there that you could do. It looks like the Europeans are doing exactly what I was saying when it comes to micro. They're not moving out of the way. Your gunships are still there. You took a little long with that too, so you're gonna trade here a little bit, but their transports are for sure going down. Your tanks are fine. Unit 7 looks like it's dealing with a gunship. His gunship is trying to just sneak behind you, and you both have transports. Like,
Artillery fire in our position.
where you can deal with it. So
Hostiles have taken it.
Destination reached.
just posture a transport next to the artillery and you're
Transport
fine.
ready to deliver reinforcements.
You don't even try to attack the gunship. Just posture next to it.
Check
Just
Northeast Quadrant. Allied forces are
if he wants to
engaged.
try to do something, let him do something. Looks like you're gonna go try to take Foxtrot. I don't know that I agree with that. I think just from where you are, like, you guys are in the turtle position. You guys are the turtlers. Like, I don't think you want DEFCON here unless you're prepared to deploy a bunch of units. Don't get into the transport, dude. The transport's already hurt. If another vehicle goes down, you and your riflemen go down to half health.
Moving. Roger that.
If you're the Europeans here, I don't hate what you're doing. The problem is you kind of just threw like your tank up there and the tank died, and then you threw your transport up there and the transport died, and now your gunship's going up and it's probably going to do the same thing because there's 2 transports nearby.
This is Cottonmouth. In position and hold.
Looks like you got electronic warfare up there. You guys needed to get electronic warfare much sooner.
This is Cottonmouth.
Again, the Americans, you guys need to have 2 artillery out right here. Like, this is where I was saying, like, and why you should have 2 artillery, because if you have 2 artillery and they move up and they're in range where they can just start pounding at all those units that are up there.
This is Cottonmouth.
Look at those tanks and those artillery just sitting there. That's what you want to be doing. That's, like, you're not going to get your tanks up that hill, especially with that engineer there. So you just got to pick them apart with artillery. And you're not going to get your gunships up there because, again, the engineers and the command vehicle. So, yeah, just there you go. Now you're getting your artillery down. You just told your riflemen to secure Foxtrot. I wouldn't have deployed your artillery just there.
Eyes on enforcer
This is
grenade.
like you can maximize here is you just told your guys to secure Foxtrot. You're probably going to capture it. So once you capture it, you're going to get 4 command points. So instead of using 4 to deploy the artillery, just wait and then deploy,
This is Cottonmouth.
and then you'd have had saved 2 command points there, which is the cost of another unit, which I don't know you necessarily need,
Reinforcements loaded and on
because you guys don't have electronic warfare, which is surprising to me that you guys don't have one of you with electronic warfare, but
Northeast Quadrant. Allied forces deploying. We have units inbound on DZ.
it kind of works out.
Center Quadrant. Hostile destroyed.
Again, like
Allied unit combat strength
Unit
negative.
11 just died because he went down over the water, I think.
Enemy is taking damage.
Northeast Quadrant. Allied forces deploying.
So the one thing you have to worry about if you're the Americans is you can't let them capture Foxtrot.
Infantry in the battle space. We have
It's the
multiple
only
units
thing
ready
that
to
can
deploy.
stop you, and you just let your gunship get
I've requested evac.
the command vehicle drove underneath him and lasered him. It looks like you still got him before he did anything to the artillery, really. But do you have transports up there? It looks like Unit 7. I don't know where they're going.
Check Unit 4. They're at risk.
Affirmative. Engage.
Unit 4 is getting wrecked by the gunships already. There's an engineer there, so it shouldn't be that bad. But yeah, they're going down.
Push is left, sir.
Check Unit 4. I've requested
It's like, oh
evac.
man, if you guys had electronic warfare, it'd be over.
High
Oh,
energy laser strike in
get your
progress.
engineers out of the building. They're probably gonna die.
Hostile
Ah,
neutralized.
they're dead
Center
already.
Quadrant. Hostiles deploying. Eyes on DC-220
Oh, they
gas line.
survived.
Check Alpha.
Did they change
Uplink
that?
destroyed. Northeast Quadrant.
I wonder if they
Allied unit
patched
out of
that
sight.
or something.
Reach, sir.
Because when engineers or infantry are in a
I've
building, when
requested extract. Units entering the battle
when a
space.
building explodes, they
We have
should
units
die,
inbound
like
on
die.
DZ. Battle space deployment is at maximum. Check
But yeah, you guys
North
just got hit by a
Quadrant.
WMD
Eyes
and
on
you've already
armor
lost.
combat
You pretty much
drone.
lost every unit of yours, and you don't have like a gunship up there yet to go see. The one thing you can't let them do is secure Foxtrot. It's Conquest. So I see that they've got riflemen or engineers. They might even have engineers up there deploying a minefield. I doubt it though.
Center Quadrant. Eyes on Cheetah gunships. Units entering the battle space. Battle space deployment is at maximum.
This is Litter. Survivors loaded. Southbound. This is Traveler. Holding in position.
If I'm you with the gunship, I'm just like scouting to just see what's up there at the top of that hill.
Kinetic rods on the way.
Coordinates.
Who nuked? Where?
Evac successful. Heading home. This is Basket. Ghost deployed.
Oh, right on top of him?
Hostile eliminated.
It's fine. It's not the best.
Holding fire.
One thing you can do as the Americans here is you can actually
We have multiple
WMD
units
right
ready
on
to
top of this
deploy.
building.
Northeast
It's here in the middle, and
Quadrant.
it'll hit both
Allied
uplinks.
forces deploying.
So that's
We
like
have
the
units
easiest way to
inbound on
destroy their
DZ.
both uplinks.
Copy that. Outbound.
Eyes Eyes on Enforcer Grenadiers.
And what you do is you send your guys to go up that ramp, and then like as you're pushing up that ramp, you nuke right there. It hits all of the enemies in that radius, like likely downing a couple of enemies and also destroying the uplinks, and then your riflemen go in.
This is top man. Holding that position.
We have multiple units ready to deploy.
Bombard here. Holding that position.
They've got the artillery there. What you can do is press 5 on your keyboard to select your artillery, and then press F for force attack, and then force attack
Eyes on Badger IFVs.
where that artillery is at. And that will, yep, there you go. Oh, you clicked on the artillery. So,
Check northeast.
yeah, you don't have to get vision
Allied forces
of the number to
deployed.
attack.
Units entering the battle space.
And now it's like,
We
as
have
the
multiple
Americans,
units ready to
you
deploy.
likely aren't going to be able to push up to secure that uplink.
Eyes on marksman artillery
And since you
vehicles.
aren't going to be able to do that, your goal is to just use your artillery and your tanks. You really just your artillery. Your goal is to just use your artillery and just knock out all of their units and just build up a wall of defense around yourself that the enemy can't get through, because the Europeans can't move. They can't move close enough with their artillery to fire at you without you also being able to fire at them.
They're at risk. We have multiple units ready to deploy.
And it's where this is where electronic warfare would have just destroyed. I mean, you guys just went up there and there's just units all grouped together. Electronic warfare on those tanks
Check unit 1.
would have just knocked them all down and made them inoperable, and then
Allied forces engaged.
you just pound them out. I mean, it's just that simple. But you guys have 3 sets of gunships in here to deal with the artillery. But like, what are you gonna get out of just going up here and attacking everything is kind of also what you want
We
to
have
think
multiple
about.
units ready to deploy. Allied
And also,
units
why isn't the
down.
Unit 6 tank
Allied
going up?
units no longer effective.
Artillery fire in opposition. This is Traveler. We're dead to here. Send evac.
Check central quadrant. Allied unit incapacitated.
This is Ark.
There's Unit 6 going now.
Check unit 4. They'll get smashed.
The transports are getting on you. You guys have air support? You never upgraded one?
We have multiple units ready to deploy. Center quadrant. Allied forces engaged.
Their artillery's pounding you, and you just
Allied
switched to.
forces deploying.
You
We
guys
have
need
units
to
inbound
get
on
coordinated. Your gunships
Check
should
unit
both
6.
just be on their
They'll get
artillery at
shredded.
that point.
Eyes on Panther tanks.
Nothing else on that the Europeans have could stop you, but you kind of just threw your units up there to get knocked out. So if I'm the Europeans here, I like what you did. You deployed a bunch of tanks and armor, and you're trying to push down. But the Americans are just throwing themselves at you. So like,
Allied unit no longer effective.
now that they're taken down, like,
Allied forces
you
are
need to
engaged.
push down.
We're in position. Copy that. On delay.
You need more gunships too, the Europeans. But it looks like you have. I mean, you have a couple, but
In motion, sir.
Units entering the battle
yeah, you
space.
guys are doing exactly what you need to, which is just a bunch of armor, and you're gonna come down the hill.
Smasher. We're not scoring hits.
And the Americans are being really slow to deploy their
Deployment is at max.
their reserves and have armor out, and they're just kind of relying on one artillery right now. We'll kind of see if they're smart, they'll just push down on you, and they should have a transport with them.
Northeast quadrant. Allied forces deploying.
You should have 2
Your unit
transports
is
going down
outbound
there
to sea.
at you. They would
That was
beat
our
you.
last reserve unit, sir.
That was your last reserve,
Center
and it was a
quadrant.
transport
Allied forces
or a
engaged.
tank.
Artillery fire in opposition.
Yeah, they've got an artillery up there, which is good. Their artillery's on your artillery, which is also good.
This is Reports conflict to go. Copy that.
Their artillery is knocking out your artillery. Good job, EFEC. Good job, EFEC. That's what we want to see. Good job, good job. You're going to lose that tank because you just got it up there without transports being nearby, but that's fine as long as you can drop that artillery, and I don't think you're going to.
Check unit 6. Suppressed by enemy fire.
You might. You're like a few shots away.
North
Yeah, you got it.
quadrant.
Nice.
Allied forces have
But now the Americans have airstrikes. And that's going to change the tide of this battle for sure. You got to get down this hill, EFEC. You can't stay up the hill.
Approaching target.
eyes on Badger IFV.
Actually, you can because you have the 1 artillery, but they've got airstrikes. You can't stay down there.
Roger. Bug out. This is Flycar. We are outbound. This is Smash Leader. Approaching target.
They're smart. You're gonna hit your transports.
Sturdy. Survivors loaded. We're outbound.
Oh, but they lost vision, so they might that airstrike might have missed. Can't tell. Looks like it did.
Yes, sir.
Think? No, it hit. I don't know if they fixed that or something for the PC, but on the Xbox, it was very common if you had an airstrike level 1 and you lost vision, the airstrike would just miss. I like this though. Pound that rifleman.
In motion, sir.
Here come their tanks. Like their tanks are coming. There's a transport.
The enemy has exhausted his reserves. sir.
Enemies exhausted reserves. I guess you guys don't have deep strikes. If you had deep strike right now on alpha, EFEC, like you would have, like that would have just sealed the game right there.
Check central quadrant. Eyes on Panther tanks.
That's the funny thing is you have to look at it like this way too. Is like if you guys had deep strike and you deep struck alpha, you secure it. The Americans only have that one rifleman, and that rifleman's on Foxtrot. They would have to walk it all the way back to alpha and stop and like secure it themselves, or go up to Lima and secure it in order to stop the timer from counting down. And and if you knock out their rifleman, they can't do that.
In motion, sir.
And or they have to rush up and knock down all of your units. Like,
This is top end.
but if you don't have deep strike, it just is what it is. But that last reserve unit, if I was your teammate, I'd be saying, hey, we need to save this up for a deep strike. Like based on like all their units that we see on the field, we just need to go get deep strike.
This is day tripper.
Because the 2 artillery, it's a good idea. I think you're going to be fine. The problem is you don't want to be fighting them when they have... pretty simple. You just don't want to be fighting them whenever they have
Enemy is taking damage.
airstrikes.
This is top end.
And right now you should be getting your artillery effect. You should be getting your artillery on their on any of their transports.
Motion, sir.
Oh, that's good EMP. That's good EMP.
EMP
Push in there. Push in there. Just go in. Just go all in. Effect. You gotta listen to me. Don't tell your tanks to attack. Tell your tanks to move through them. Tell your tanks to move all the way past them so that they just keep driving. And then if Unit 1 or Unit 8, if any of them try to drive away, you just hit them. I love this. You guys are doing so good, but now get your artillery switched over. Get your artillery switched over. Make sure you're hitting their tanks. Oh, that's good.
Check Unit 3. They're at risk.
Get their transports out of there. You got to get their tanks so that your transports can come in. But I don't think you have transports now. I think you just lost all your transports. You guys had like 4 tanks. Like you should have just thrown all the tanks in there and said, "Fuck it. We don't care if our transports go down. Our transports have to stay back." Or like you send all your tanks. You say, "Their one gunship can't knock out all our tanks, so all our tanks are just gonna keep going, just go ham. We're gonna let that one gunship do anything it can, but our tanks are gonna take out all their transports and all their tanks. We're gonna make sure all their tanks are down. Once all their tanks are down, all our transports are going in. And now we have tanks and transports against their gunship and transport. We have the win." It doesn't look like you need that because you just muscled them out, which is so awesome to see.
Everyone's dead over there. We need evac now.
And you got a WMD off. You're just killing off the gunship and the yeah, nice.
EMP blast signature detected.
Nice. Oh, you killed your own guys though, because you WMD'd Foxtrot instead of WMDing the gunship. Yikes. But you killed a lot of units. Good shit. That's what I like to see. EFEC winning.
The Euros outfought us, sir. The after action report, sir.
Good job. You did it. You did exactly what I wanted you to do there, EFEC, which was just fuck a load of armor and just get down in their grill. In terms of the micro though, just like when you're coming down with this column, like I said, this column of tanks, if you notice here, notice this row of tanks is just sitting still and shooting. I want to see all of these tanks driving. So what I would have you do instead is tell them to move past what's like between Foxtrot and Alpha. Just tell them to move that way. And that will just make sure that they're always in range as they're going. And no matter what the enemy does, whatever direction the enemy goes, you're basically just like, you're within range of them. So all your tanks just keep driving, and if their transports try to get away, your tanks are already on top of them, and they're not just sitting at max range. That's how you use the effect speed in order to beat the enemy. Like, you have more speed, so they can't outrun you if you do that. I like that you had your artillery vehicles out there. It was really smart deploying that artillery there. The alpha plan that I told you about would have worked too. Alpha plus all this armor coming down the hill would have been just fine without the artillery unit in the back. But the artillery unit was good because you guys had so much armor. I didn't realize you had that many tanks. But yeah, in this case too, like I said before, your transports back there are your defense against the one gunship that's going to stop you. But you have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 tanks. Just send, or it looks like I think one of those might be a transport. You have let's call it 3 tanks and 2 transports. Just send the tanks down there. That one gunship is going to take so long to kill off your tanks. Your tank's goal is to just take out the enemy's transports. Once those transports are done and you run those motherfuckers down, now your transports can start to come down the hill because you're turning your tanks onto their tanks. Or rather, sorry, I said that backwards. Your tanks need to go down the hill and just deal with the enemy's tanks with your artillery pounding them too. Once those tanks are done, you bring your transports down, and then your transports have free reign. So always think, I want to take out the predator to my predators right now, right? So the predator in this case right now is the tanks that can stop your transports. Because your predator is the transports that can stop the gunships and just leaves your tanks wide open to do the rest of the cleanup. So you need to keep your transports alive that the gunships can't deal with your tanks. See what I'm saying? Like, your weak point is gunships dealing with your tanks. So yeah, I mean, that's like a multiple ways of trying to explain it. But yeah, the Americans, I don't know what you were doing like from the get-go. There's like many problems. This initial deployment situation, I realized you were trying to probably take the rifleman the Foxtrot. I would just have the engineers, like, they should have been securing Delta earlier. They didn't. They should have been upgrading it to airstrikes if you guys had airstrikes. They didn't. The artillery thing here with 1 and then deploy a tank. Just deploy both artillery and just get up there and just have 2 artillery firing at the same time. I said this in other videos, and someone asked about it in the Discord of why do I say 2 artillery? It's just as simple as once you have 2 artillery and they're both opening up and firing at the same time, the amount of damage you're doing quickly and while they're within range is obviously it's doubled, but it just makes things go faster and it's a lot more organized. You know where your artillery are both at, and like one artillery is good to like take out something and like kind of chip away at it, but you get 2 artillery going and the enemies, they have to run immediately. If they don't run immediately, they're losing a vehicle. Whereas with 1 artillery, you kind of just you're gonna get their shields down before they can start to move. So that's kind of the whole reason of it. It's just also, just like I said, more organized. You can keep both of them next to each other, and you know where they are on the map. They're easier to defend because you got 2 of them. If one goes down, but you've got the other one still shooting, that kind of thing. It's really just like, if you're gonna get your artillery up and you're gonna get them into position, get both of them up there and get them into position and just start pounding. You start doing that, you'll realize like how strong your artillery really can be when you got 2 of them going at the same time. So that's just my advice. So anyway, this was fun.